Hi guys. Today I want to talk about the complete, or as far as we know, timeline of Stranger Things season 5. And with timeline, I mean what happens in which episode. Because there are certain moments and scenes we've seen we can definitely put into different episodes and say, yes, this scene will happen in this episode. We're starting off with episode 1, The Crawl. So for this episode, I think we have the most scenes from already revealed. We know that it will start off with the flashback from Will to the Upside Down, to the scene where he's singing in Castle Bios, Should I Stay or Should I Go? And maybe we will already see Vecna, or maybe not. We know definitely that there will something happen, something big will happen in the scene, something that gets us hooked up. Then we will see a scene of Hawkins like rebuilding, because the portal can't stay like this. They maybe build bridges over the portal. They show us how the military comes into the city. The military will build their bases, will build their tents, and just stay around in town. We will also see the introduction of the WSQK radio station, because it is a big building, like the biggest new building for the season, and we will have a lot of scenes, so we need it to be introduced in a early episode, and I think it will be episode 1. And the last thing we definitely know about episode 1 is the Dustin gets bullied scene. We know that Dustin is driving to Eddie's grave with his bike, and it's sprayed. The grave is sprayed by some jocks from the school, from the basketball team, and they get into a fight. Maybe this is one of the later scenes of the first episode, but I think it will be episode 1. So let's go to episode 2, The Vanishing of Blank, probably Holly Wheeler. We will definitely see the vanishing of probably Holly Wheeler in this episode, because it's called like that. And I think the scene we saw in the behind the scenes trailer, the meeting scene, will also be in this episode. Dustin is beaten up and wearing the Hellfire Club shirt, so it could be just after he got beaten up in episode 1. And then the call got in that Holly is not there, that she vanished. And so they all meet in the radio station to make a plan how to find her, or something like that. And maybe episode 2 will be the start of the Erica storyline, the big start. We know the storyline with the Turnbow family, the Turnbow trap, with Derek, the new kid from school Erica meets. But episode 3, the Turnbow trap, will definitely be the start, or the biggest episode for this storyline, where Erica will have her scenes with Derek, probably in the Turnbow mansion. But I don't think we have any more details about the third episode. Let's go to episode 4. For this episode, I only note down one scene, which is the Will, Mike, and Jonathan flashback, where they're all younger. The Sorcerer episode will definitely feature many things, but this is the only thing I found that we know will most probably happen in this episode. But it's still a rumor, it could also happen in another episode. But if we take that rumor and say, yeah, it's true, it's the only scene we have for the 4th episode. Episode 5, Shock Jock. For this episode, I got an interesting scene, which connects to the 6th episode, Escape from Camazotz. For this scene, I need to start with Escape from Camazotz. in the latest photo dump from Duffer Bros, we can see a scene where Dustin is sitting next to Sean Levy, and we know Sean Levy is directing the Escape from Camazos episode. They're in the Upside Down, and Dustin is wearing the WSQK radio shirt. And we know there is a scene where they drive, Dustin, Steve, Jonathan, and Nancy drive in his BMW, and Steve's BMW, into the Upside Down, and this is probably after they came into the Upside Down. So my theory is maybe they drive in episode 5 into the Upside Down, and in episode 6 they search for something, maybe find something out and escape. That's why it's called Escape from Camazos, in my opinion. And in this episode they could also lose the BMW, because we've seen in those paparazzi photos that Steve isn't driving the BMW in the epilogue anymore. So it may be crashed or gets broken in the Upside Down, or it can't come out again. That's my opinion for episode 5 and 6. For episode 7, I don't really have something, but I think a scene that could happen in this episode is the scene we've seen in the paparazzi photos of Wagner taking over the military base, with the fire and the soldiers all lying around. This would be a great scene for episode 7, in my opinion. And in episode 8, The Right Side Up, we'll have, of course, the final battle and all the epilogue scenes with Hopper and Mike talking, Hopper and Joyce getting their date, maybe Lucas and Max going to the movie theater, we don't know, and the scene with Dustin and Steve, where Steve drops him off for maybe school or something. Yeah, that was my timeline, or how the timeline, or how we can create the timeline for now, what we can say about the season with all the information we have. You can tell me your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to like and to subscribe, and have a nice day. Bye bye.